Right now, a group of elected officials, immigration attorneys, and community leaders are speaking about what happened. Let's take a listen.
My job today is to go make the one show a little easy, and I'm going to ask Marcela Rodriguez, the executive director of Enlace Chicago and co-chair of the Illinois Latino Agenda.
Hi everyone. Thank you for being here once again. Some of us came together yesterday. As Angel said, I'm Marcela Rodriguez, executive director, I'm sorry, of Enlace Chicago, and I'm co-chair of the Illinois Latino Agenda. I woke up this morning and I didn't realize that today I was going to have the opportunity to realize one of my dreams, which is if I wasn't doing the work that I do today, I'd probably be an actress, according to me, in my mind. And I didn't know I was going to be a part of the Gestapo reality show. I witnessed firsthand the disorder and the chaos that these federal agents, ICE, and CPB bring to our neighborhoods once again. They were here yesterday creating havoc, and they are here again today. But so are we. And we will continue to be here as many times as we need to be here. We need to get them to understand that we are not going to go anywhere. Our community needs to understand and know that they are not alone, that we are going to stand with them every day. And we are going to show up for them every day. And we'll see, we'll play this getting tired game and see who gets tired first. They come to our communities, and once again, one car almost hit me today. They are driving down our streets, around our schools, trying to injure us, trying to scare us. The community is angry. We are angry. And we need to let them know that we are together. We are coming together not just with the Latino immigrant community, but with the Chinese immigrant community, with the Islamic immigrant community, with the Arabic immigrant community, with the Polish immigrant community. We are in solidarity with each other, and we will continue to be here. And with that, I'm going to bring up to the mic Alderperson Mike Rodriguez.
Thank you, Marcy, for this. So it's with really mixed feelings that I come here today. I am very happy to report that the eight individuals that were detained yesterday in Little Village, all of the citizens that were detained have been released, including two of my staff, one of which is here with me today, Elian Baena, also who is a elected official, the 10th District Commissioner for the Community Safety and Police Accountability Commission. But it's with a heavy heart as well that I make that announcement, because we know that there are a number of family members, parents, who didn't wake up today sharing breakfast with their children. Tonight they won't be having dinner with their husbands or wives. In fact, there may be months until they see their family together, and it may never happen again here in the United States of America. The fact is, I stood 1 foot away from Greg Bovino yesterday, asking him why he was here and telling him to go home. Because the streets of Little Village belong to us. The streets of Little Village are us. We keep us safe. Today I'm here also to announce that my office at 4035 West 26th Street, right off of Pulaski and 26th, in the heart of Little Village, will be an immigrant triage center for the family and loved ones that have been kidnapped by this federal administration. There, for the next several days, you will find the staff of Senator Dick Durbin and Congressman Chuy Garcia. Also, I think we just confirmed the mayor's office will have staff, and we're looking at potentially the governor's office as well. We'll have staff with us in my office for the next 48 hours at least, because we believe ICE will be back. I'm sorry to say that, but we do think that ICE will be back. But let me tell you something. We will be ready. We will stand united. We will stand ready to push back. We will stand ready to exercise our First Amendment rights. And we will stand ready to support not only the immigrants in our community, not only the citizens of our community, but people who are our brothers and sisters, who are our neighbors, who are our loved ones, and who are our family members. Brevemente en español, soy Mike Rodríguez, concejal del Distrito 22. Quiero anunciar de que mi oficina se va a convertir a una oficina concentrada de apoyar a las familias y los sus seres queridos de nuestra gente que sea secuestrado por los agentes federales de Donald Trump. Se va a encontrar en mi oficina en la Pulaski, la 26, en la Komensky 26, 4035, al oeste de la 26, entre las 8 de la mañana a 6 de la tarde mañana y hasta las 5 hoy. La oficina de Chuy García, congresista, senador Dick Durbin, oficiales del alcalde y el gobernador van a estar en mi oficina apoyando a nuestros residentes, ciudadanos y sin papeles que sean impactados de esas redadas ridículos que han pasado ayer y hoy en nuestra comunidad y que estamos esperando tristemente mañana y los siguientes días. Vamos a ser unidos en contra de esta agenda anti-inmigrante, anti-Chicago. Vamos a estar muy unidos. Muchas gracias y ahora te presento al congresista Chuy García.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, for a second straight day, we felt the weight of a bankrupt effort to punish our community, to frighten and to instill fear in our community, led by Greg Bovino. Why did he come back again today? Because our community stood up and confronted him yesterday.
Yes.
And the community pointed out how morally bankrupt this operation is, how economically damaging at the national level and at the local level it is, and most importantly, what a trampling of the Constitution ICE is carrying out throughout the country. And we stand here today resolved to continue the resistance, to protect our community, to defend our community. I've lived here for 57 years and I've never seen the type of shameful practices and tactics employed by ICE and other federal agents. Cowardly, that's why you cover your face. Cowardly, that's why you cover your name. Because you're not proud to serve, because you're not serving anyone except the evil forces that seek to oppress us, to drive us into the shadows of society, and to make us silent. But we're not silent. We're here and we are morally defiant because we're on the right side of history and of this cause. I'm proud to announce that tomorrow a fact-finding delegation of members of Congress, numbering almost 20 from across the country, will be here to document what has transpired and to return to Washington to fight for the rights of immigrants and the rights of everyone who wants our democracy reclaimed and restored. That will happen tomorrow. So, Little Village, Chicago, Illinois, sanctuary locations across the country, you are not alone. We hear you, we appreciate you, and we intend to act. Thank you. Muy buenas tardes. Por el segundo consecutivo día, esta mañana, nuestra comunidad fue atacada nuevamente por un equipo de agentes federales que moralmente son corruptos y están en la bancarrota. ¿Por qué regresaron por el segundo día? Porque nuestra comunidad demuestra resistencia. Porque nuestra comunidad dice, no vamos a aceptar lo que quieren imponer a nuestro pueblo, y porque nuestra comunidad dice, defenderemos y protegeremos a toda persona en nuestro vecindario. Porque este vecindario es nuestro, nosotros lo construimos, nosotros lo hemos hecho lo que es una fortaleza en la ciudad de Chicago. Hacen todo esto porque buscan crear una clase de personas sin derechos que pueda ser explotada y que vivirá en las sombras. Pero nosotros rechazamos vivir en las sombras, reiteramos nuestros derechos humanos y nuestros derechos constitucionales, y por esa razón mañana representantes del Congreso de los Estados Unidos estarán en Chicago documentando, hablando con el pueblo que ha sido afectado, con los vecindarios, para retornar a Washington y luchar para restaurar el orden de la ley y de la Constitución. No nos van a atemorizar, seguiremos resistiendo, seguiremos unidos y seguiremos en unión con el resto de la gente de Chicago y del estado de Illinois. ¡Que viva la democracia! Muchas gracias.
I'd like to bring up Alderman Cicho Lopez from the Alderman of the 25th Ward.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, buenas tardes. And want to first thank everybody for coming here today. This being a really difficult time. We're just processing the atrocities that happened yesterday. And this morning, we found ourselves in a much more undignified, terrorist, and cruel action by ICE agents. I want to thank all the community because, as we said yesterday, we're going to come with bigger numbers and more united. And I want to thank all the people, all the immigrant community that is coming together, all our city coming together to protect not only Little Village, not only La Villita, to protect a city or city that is at risk by an illegal occupation and siege. So I want to share just what we found this morning. And I'm grateful for the efforts of attorneys and rapid responders and everybody who helped make sure that everybody got released yesterday. So we talk about immigration. What we saw today was a united community that did not let agents come into the parking lot here in the Discount Mall. Right. So I want to thank our neighbors, our courageous leaders that stood and hold the line. Yeah. It is important that we recognize that.
Rapid responders, thank you.
Thank you so much. And I want to thank in particular the person who was arrested today was the security guard at the Discount Mall that was arrested for asking a judicial warrant that, by the way, a judge, a federal judge, demanded that they fulfill. Not only they're in contempt of these orders, but they continue to defy them. They define our laws, they're defying what is legal and constitutional. And what they're doing is outside the law, is illegal, is immoral, is wrong, and we're going to stop it now, before it goes any worse. What we also saw after the detention of the security guard was the deployment of tear gas. Also, another thing that the judge mandated to stop. Violation. Another violation, documented, filmed and documented by many of us, including attorneys. And we told Bobino yesterday, and we told him today, you are in contempt of judicial orders. And as he held a tear gas on his hand, he did not dare to deploy another one. So he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing, and we must hold him accountable. As the mayor said, if the Congress and Senate, I'm glad Congressman Garcia is bringing a delegation, and I invite all the media, international media, to come and see the terror that they're deploying in our city. What they did after that is even more despicable. They went and they hit and they abused and they hit a minor. That's what they did just outside, behind the shadows. So they brutalized a minor and they arrested another 16-year-old that is still in custody. And we demand that they release these innocent people who have not done anything but protest a tyrant, a dictator, someone who is trying to impose terror in our city. We demand the immediate release of everybody, or security guard, or minors, and all the residents are being arrested without judicial warrants. And that needs to be emphasized. That's terrorism. That anybody can be snatched from our community. There was another gentleman who was another Pilsen resident that was detained in 21st and Paulina going to work. They are not criminals. These are neighbors. These are people going to work, going to school, going to hospitals, and these cowards are even waiting for people outside churches. That's who they are. So today in Little Village, I'm grateful for all of you for coming. We hold the line here. And we hold the line in Chicago for the rest of the country. I'm thankful. I'm proud to be in Chicago today. And I'm thankful for everybody who's standing up and demanding the immediate release of everybody who is being illegally detained and the end of the siege and occupation. Enough is enough. Auschwitz. Finalmente y brevemente en español. Agradezco la presencia de la comunidad, como dijimos el día de ayer. Vamos a venir con más números y en más unidad. Agradezco a la comunidad polaca, a la comunidad asiática, musulmana, a toda la comunidad migrante y a todo Chicago, que el día de hoy no le permitió a ICE entrar aquí al Discount Mall. Y agradezco el coraje, la dignidad del pueblo de la Villita que no permitió que vengan a aterrorizarnos. Eso es lo que provocó la escalada de violencia que demostraron estos mercenarios, que vienen a atacarnos y a humillarnos. Lo que vimos es trágico, el arresto de un guardia de seguridad por demandar una orden judicial. Brutalizaron a 2 menores de edad, uno de ellos todavía en custodia de ICE. Demandamos su liberación inmediata, demandamos el cumplimiento de las órdenes judiciales y el fin de esta ocupación ilegal. Agradezco al congresista el haber traído delegaciones de federales, a la prensa internacional local que venga a constatar. Están desafiando y descartando órdenes judiciales, están desafiando las leyes y debemos nosotros pararlos aquí y ahora en nuestra ciudad. Este es nuestro barrio, nuestra ciudad y decimos fuerte y claro, fuera ICE, fuera mercenarios, fuera dictadores. Muchas gracias.
We've heard from a series of elected officials there speaking about today's action by Border Patrol agents, federal agents in Little Village. Following up from yesterday's, we did hear some news. There was also an event there yesterday where 8 people were detained. We were told by one of the aldermen there that 2 of his staff members, Alderman Mike Rodriguez, were among those 8 people who were detained. They've all been released, so we do have that news. Again, of course, we'll continue to follow this. We do have reporters there on the scene. We'll bring you more information coming up on the NBC5 News beginning at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, we'll return you to programming.
We now rejoin programming on NBC Chicago.